Welcome to Yoga by the Lemon Tree. Thanks for joining me, Tracy. Today we are going to enhance our pelvic floor and strengthen our core. So we're going to be doing some movements which I think are really important in midlife to ensure that we are continuously activating our pelvic floor muscles and also ensuring our core stays nice and strong for stabilizing the body. So let's get started. I've got my blanket with me today. I thought we would, if you have one, feel free to use it, or if you've got a cushion, that's okay too. I'm just going to pop it under my glutes there, almost like I'm tipping off the edge here, just so we can start a little bit of breath work just to calm everything down and just check in. So I'm sitting here cross-legged. Feel free to sit in a position that you feel comfortable, and you could always place some blocks underneath the thighs here. Okay, so my spine is nice and tall. Feeling my shoulders. I'm just going to move them a little bit just to soften them. There we go, they're ready. Coming back here, just lifting up through the chin slightly. And when I feel comfortable, and I hope you do too, I'm going to close my eyes and just start to check in with my body. How is it feeling in this moment? Just a few quiet breaths. And I'm going to open up my eyes. And I feel ready to continue. So I'm going to come onto my spine now. Slowly coming back onto the mat. I'm going to open my feet as wide as the mat so they're touching each side. And I just want to make sure my shoulders and my neck feels okay. And then I'm going to bring my knees into touch. I like to place my hands on my ribs in this position, the constructive rest position. And let's just take a few breaths here. Releasing the hands by my side. I'm just going to heel toe my feet in, just walk them in until they are aligned with my hips here. My toes are facing the end of the mat. And I'm going to start activating my pelvic floor muscles by giving them a really good squeeze. So squeezing the pelvic floor is like you're squeezing the glutes together. And then release and let them go. Now I like to incorporate the breath here, so take an inhale with me as we squeeze the glutes. And then exhale as you release them. And let's just continue that momentum here by squeezing the glutes together. And then exhale, just softening the body, letting it all go here. As we get a little bit older, the pelvic floor tends to weaken. And these effective, this little squeezing of the muscles here, just give it a little helping hand. I'm going to take one more here. And release, letting it go. Let's just take the right foot here and place it onto the left thigh. I'm going to take my right hand and just give that little press there on the right thigh. Now, if this feels enough for you today, feel free to stay here. Or you can remove the left foot off the ground and just bring in that left thigh into the body. Feel free to flex that left foot. If you would like to interlace your hands behind this thigh here, the left thigh, and then bring the head back, feel free to go ahead. I like to layer up poses, so rather than go straight in, it's often a good way to learn where your body is at. And that's okay to choose which layer of a pose that your body is comfortable with today. I'm going to take a little flow from side to side, just gentle. Feel free to close the eyes here. And I'm going to change sides, so bringing both the feet back down to the mat here, and then letting the left foot come onto that right thigh. And if you want to, just give a little touch here to this left thigh, choosing which layer your body feels comfortable with today. And I'm going to lift my right foot off the ground and flex the right foot here. So I'm just encouraging this right thigh into my body. And then I'm going to lift up and interlace here and coming back down to the ground. And feel free to do a little gentle sway. Just giving that lower spine a little hello. And coming back, and I'm going to place both of the feet on the ground here, just to line my spine, just in case you feel it's gone to one side before we head over to the other pose. I like to just make sure I've got nice alignment, my shoulders are relaxed, I'm in a good place for my body to move again. So bring in both of the knees here. I'm going to take my arms up to the sky. I like to have my thumbs facing behind me, and then here we're going to do opposite arm and opposite leg. So let's take out that right arm and that left leg, just hovering the left leg. Feel free to touch the ground with your thumb and then bringing it all the way back in. Opposite side, the right leg and the left arm, and bringing it all the way in here. Let's do a few more of these. Keep working with the opposite Great work for the brain as it has to think about the right side and the left side. And let's do one more on each side here. And bringing the legs down to touch. Let's take a breath. And you can bring your knees into your chest, cross over at the ankle. And I like to grab hold of my feet here and lift myself up. If this is not available to you, feel free to meet me in tabletop position on all fours here. Now, if you would like to protect your knees, feel free to grab a blanket. I'm just going to place it here under my knees. And I'm in my position here, little cat and cow to start with. So lifting up the glutes, lifting up the chin, and then tucking everything in. Let's go for one more round here. And coming back into centre. We are then going to do opposite arm and opposite leg. So I've got my right arm and my left leg. This time they're coming up and bringing it in. Now feel free to give that belly button a little squeeze. Right leg, left arm's now coming up. This is where we start to strengthen our core even more. Working both sides. Keep the eyes and nose facing the mat. One more on each side here. And then we're going to come back down onto our glutes here. Taking it all the way back down to the ground. And I've got my feet hip width apart. And this time we're going to go into some bridge flows here. So I want to go back to that pelvic squeeze here where we are squeezing the glutes, just tilting the pelvis slightly off the ground. Now then I engage my core and I start lifting up the spine off the ground into my bridge pose. All the time I'm squeezing my glutes. And then I release in reverse, so spine's coming down and then that pelvic floor I'm softening back down to the ground before I'm ready to go again. So squeezing both the pelvic floor and the core, lifting up through the spine. and then everything in reverse. Let's go ahead and do a few of these on our own, at your own pace. Let's go for one more here. And I'm just going to take my knees into my chest here and just take that little flow from side to side. And coming back into center, I'm just going to circle my knees. And the other direction. And then bring my legs back down to the mat. Lengthen them out long here. And just let them rest wherever they feel comfortable. I'm going to turn my palms up to the sky because it does help you relax that little bit deeper. If they're turned down to the ground, it's almost like you're waiting to get up, you're waiting for something to happen. So just by turning those palms to the sky, it's as though you're giving your body permission to rest. And we need to do more of that. And just feeling the body here. Just releasing. And just enjoying this quiet time. And this is where I invite you to stay as long as you have spare. I'm going to bring my palms into my sternum and say thank you to my body for moving today. Stay well, everyone. See you next time.